And give me a thumbs up when you see it on Facebook, please. We are no longer doing bumper music because it cuts out my sound. They get all nervous about copyright laws. So just get us and our smiley face. Just us.
Just us live.
I used to have a great one. Mariachi. We had a great mariachi play, and it was called Cafecito con Colón, and it was awesome. I got to get somebody to write me my own song.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. How are we doing, Jen? Are we on Facebook Live? Are we there? You got to unmute.
Are there?
We are there. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it looks like I got to adjust it to make sure, because the default setting somehow now on Facebook is just for friends. But now we've made it public, so we want everybody to share this to your story, share this to your news feed. Let's make it happen. I am so thrilled that all of you were able to join us this morning. Good morning and welcome to Cafecito con Colón. It is a fantastic Friday. It is a very special episode of Cafecito con Colón because today we are lifting up las madres. And we got to just say happy Mother's Day to all those great moms. And if you're not a mom, we lift you up because we want to celebrate the idea that you have a mom. And so we celebrate all of that. And I want to say I've been missing everybody. This routine of not being with you every day of the week is actually very challenging, but we had to make that adjustment. And it's just great to be with you on Fridays and Saturdays. Now, tomorrow I won't be able to be with you. We will be honoring the life and legacy of Adan Carriaga, my dear brother. We will be having his rosary at 9 o'clock, his celebration mass at 10 o'clock, and a celebration of life will gather around noon on the plaza at the gazebo right across from San Felipe de Neri. And where I've spent many different occasions with Adan and with our dear Dr. Jennifer Gomez Chavez. Dr. Gomez Chavez, bienvenidos.
Buenos dias, everyone. It's so great to pop in here to wish these incredible mujeres who are making such a big difference in our community. And to you, Brian, thank you for your partnership with Enlace New Mexico and the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee for continuing to highlight our leaders, organizations, business owners, as we continue to preserve, promote, and celebrate our culture. Thank you.
Viva la cultura!
Viva!
La We're so glad you're here. Thank you, Dr. Gomez Chavez. Thank you for being a consistent light in my life for more than 20 years now. Our paths first crossed in the late 90s, and now we're into 2021. So we've got nearly a quarter century under our belt, which means I have almost as much time with you as my beautiful bride. We will celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary on August the 10th. And wow. So we're excited about that. But this weekend, we'll be celebrating her as being an incredible mom who has raised our beautiful son, Rafael, who one generation out from his dad's poverty, he is an Albuquerque High Bulldog and a presidential scholar at George Washington University, and now a graduate with a biomedical engineering degree, who thanks to COVID is back in Albuquerque. It's been the best residual benefit of this very difficult time is that my son is back here at the house. He's working for AMRI and he is in his sector, and we are so happy to have him home with us. So we celebrate the great job Aleli has done with Rafael for 23 years. I thank her for that. I lift her up, and I know that there's just no way that he would be the young man that he is today, but for the fact she did an amazing job of pouring love, light, knowledge, guidance, support, and frankly, I think what moms do is really, in almost a literal way, they pour their own lives into the lives of their children, because nothing is more important for a mom than her children. And so I want to start out by not doing links today, but I do want to share a very cherished photo of mine. My mom wasn't with us much longer after this photo, and this was my law school graduation, I think, or one of those events that last year. And so this was back in 2001 or so. And that is Aleli, of course, my beautiful bride, and my mom, Shelly. And so I wish her a happy Mom's Day in heaven. She's was a phenomenal woman who was a caregiver for my father as he struggled with muscular dystrophy until she buried him when he died at the age of 49 and she became a widow. Really an amazing, amazing lady. And I miss her very much. She's a veteran. She was in the Navy in a time when there weren't a lot of women in the military, but she persevered and served. And I'm grateful that God blessed me to have a wonderful mom like her. And many of you have heard me give a shout out to my current mom, someone who's filled that role for me for many years. This is a picture of Dick Munzer and Ophelia Munzer of Rio Rancho fame. Dick was my mentor and also one of the founders of Rio Rancho Public Schools, a phenomenal individual who led with distinction, had a full career, as did Ophelia, in the Department of State. He was commercial attaché under President Johnson. Ophelia served as executive assistant to many ambassadors, including Ambassador Castro, who went on to become a governor, Supreme Court. I mean, he was an amazing guy out of Arizona, the first Hispanic governor of Arizona, I think. So we lift her up and say, Mom, thanks for stepping up and being a light in my life for the last many years. It's been an honor to be your adopted son these many years and trying to be your guardian angel and protector over the last 7 or 8 years. And it has been a blessing in our lives. So with that, I just wanted to take that point of personal privilege to honor those great ladies and from my world. And then I'm going to turn it over, I think, to Dr. Gomez Chavez, because I've had the privilege not only of a deep friendship, but seeing the amazing way that Dr. Gomez Chavez expresses love for her family and for her mom. I have seen the love in their eyes for one another. And I know that this has been a difficult year for so many who have had to say goodbye to loved ones as they've passed on. But I want to just welcome Dr. Gomez Chavez. She hasn't been on Cafecito in probably almost a year, at least 8 months. She was one of our guests early on. And it's great to have her back. And Dr. Gomez Chavez, not only are you a beautiful daughter to a wonderful lady, you are a beautiful mom to an amazing son who I've enjoyed watching grow up. And as you've watched Rafael grow up, I have watched your Hito grow up. And I just wanted to invite you today to join us to thank you for being such an awesome light in my life and an example for many of us.
Oh,
Welcome.
Thank you so much. And don't forget my beautiful daughter.
And your daughter, you know what? I tell your Hita that I didn't forget her. It's just, I'm so.
They're 4 years apart. That's why people often think that I'm, have only one child, but.
Well, and I've poured into him more. Our paths have crossed frequently. Your son
Yes.
and our paths crossed frequently. And so that's why I made that mistake. So I apologize, but.
That's okay.
Dr. Gomez Chavez, tell us what Mother's Day is for you. I know you celebrate your mom every day, 365 days a year, but tell us about Mother's Day. Maybe what it means to you and maybe how you honor that special day in your world.
Yeah, so I am a proud Mexican-American, proud New Mexican. My mother is actually from Mexico, so Dia de las Madres is so incredibly important, as well as Mother's Day here in the US.
So you get 2 days, right? You're going to
I get
celebrate
2
on
days.
Sunday and Monday.
See?
Monday is her day.
That's right.
That's great.
But, behind every family, we talk about the backbone of a family, and not to discount our wonderful fathers, because let me tell you, it was 6 months yesterday when I lost my father. They are so important, but the mothers are the ones who bear the child, who bring the child into this world, and who really, are keeping the family together. And this is not to discount our single fathers who are raising, their children out of extenuating circumstances. But, in our family, this year is going to be, I don't know if we call it special, but it's going to be a little bit solemn, because my grandmother passed away almost a year ago, and she was 98 years old. And so we were 4 generations, and now we're 3 generations of women in my family. So it's, we're going to celebrate her life because we miss her so deeply. But we are also going to celebrate my mother. We're, the way we celebrate, right, is doing things that we love and we enjoy. And it's been difficult during the pandemic. So I am looking forward to taking my mother out to maybe one of the restaurants that has mariachis, because, there always has to be música. State Auditor Colon, I have to have música and a big celebration to be with my mom. But it is going to be difficult. I cried a while ago because I miss my grandmother so much. But as we, look toward Mother's Day, it's a great reflection, right, of our mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers who have passed on, but we continue to live their legacy. So, feliz Dia de las Madres, to Aleli and all these beautiful women who continue to juggle, right? Your businesses, your leadership, involvement in different organizations, and as well as raising children. And that is my greatest joy, is my family, my beautiful kids, being a mom.
Well, you have beautiful children and you are a great mom. I've seen you juggle in a very spectacular way. In fact, I think I've seen you juggle so good, I bet you could juggle chainsaws, because you are that good at juggling and making us all feel seen and heard and engaged and just always coming through for each and every one of us. So Dr. Gomez Chavez, don't go away, stick around with us, hang out with us for a bit. And thank you for sharing that story. I'm honored to know your mom. And I just, 3 generations is beautiful. 4 generations is something to be honored. And you are not just honoring that legacy, you are in a very special way building on that legacy. And congratulations on what you've done. You're amazing.
Gracias.
Let me pivot over to one of our awesome guests. We have with us 3 other moms, and I want to say welcome to some great folks that have joined us today, like another mom, Lynn Troyan, who I've enjoyed watching her Hita grow up, and through the cards, the Christmas cards, and she and Craig always do a great holiday card, and she has so much to be proud of and happy for, and happy Mother's Day to all moms out there. I want to, if I can, and I probably should have started here so as not to have like the emotional roller coaster for this episode, but I'll just say that there are a lot of women out there, I think, that Mother's Day is a tough weekend. Mother's Day is a tough weekend because either we've lost our moms too soon, or there are women out there who have tried again to be birth mothers and have been unable to bear children. And I guess I just bring that up not to be dour or down, but to just recognize that we're all on our own individual and special journeys, and we should always try and be sensitive to the journey of another. And I know that in this house, Aleli, I wanted 6 children, Aleli wanted 2 or 3, and we have one beautiful son. And we lost a couple on the way, and those Mother's Days were hard in particular. And it's something that Aleli, I'm sure, and we've talked a little bit about it in forums that are not private, so I'm comfortable sharing this, just that the one thing I always like to add with that story is that if you are having that pain, know that you are not alone. And that what I learned after having lost those children before birth was that it happens a lot. And if you are not able to share that with a few folks, you may not know that. And you then have that burden and that heavy heart by yourself. And so I know that when Aleli was able to start sharing with some women, we come to find out that like so many women have had to endure that pain. And I guess I'll just end with saying that Mother's Day is a very emotional day. And for different people, it's emotional for different reasons, because mothers are so special. And people who are trying to become mothers are beautiful people as well. So with that, let me try and pivot. I really should have started there, so I didn't interrupt the flow of your beautiful remarks, because I know we're going to go to some beautiful remarks from somebody who's not only looking fantastic, she's actually got her whole stage set up over there, there at the incredible shop that she has. And of course, we're joined by Jessica Perea, my co-hostess this morning, who's going to just help me get through today. In case I get too emotional, she's going to step up and step in. But I think Janae's on a short schedule, because she is one of those ones who's juggling chainsaws. So we're gonna busy woman. That's right. So I'm gonna start with Janae, and then I'll let my wonderful co-hostess with Enlace New Mexico. She is an incredible embajadora, and she is an Enlace ambassador, and she will introduce our two other guests. But I'm going to take the liberty of introducing Janae this morning, because Janae and I go back about, well, several years, but back in 2013, Janae was super helpful in executing what was a spectacular event and an event of impact. And I saved 97's bib here, because that's the year my son was born. And so I saved that number on the bib. But we did a benefit here in Albuquerque to send a message of love to the people who were impacted by the Boston Marathon bombing. And in a period of less than 2 weeks, we raised $47,000 from the 47th state. And we were the largest single donor to the Boston First Responders Fund, New Mexico was. And Janae helped me do that, and I've never forgotten, and I'm grateful for her. Janae's amazing. She is the founder and owner of Bella Cosa Spa. She's an alumni of the National Laser Institute, where she got proper training in laser, aesthetic skin lines, and skin treatments, which she's already told me I got to go take care of some of these lines over here before my next campaign. She is certified in all kinds of facial and chemical peels and ultrasonic lipo cavitation. She's got a passion for helping others be the best versions of themselves they were created to be, and have a positive mental attitude about the way they present themselves to the community. She chose to go into this industry because she believes that helping people achieve their goals with beauty, whether to enhance their natural look or help turn back the signs of time, those little lines I was telling you about, she is in that business of delivering happiness and good mental health. She strives to give her clients a tailored treatment to suit their individual skin needs, to help them feel good and look awesome. She is amazing. She achieves this by really working with resources and support to help people achieve their own unique bio beauty. I like that, bio beauty. I found that online. How do you like that? Jennifer, what do you think about that? Bio beauty. I want to be bio beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah, I want to be bio beautiful. I'm going to come see Miss Janae. Welcome to my little cafecito con Colón. Janae Sanchez. Gracias por venir.
Thank you.
Feliz Dia de las Madres.
So I have to say that it is a great honor to be on this morning. When I was asked by Jennifer, Mother's Day is a huge holiday for me. I'm a native of New Mexico, and my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother have always been my strength. As Jennifer was talking about the 4 generations, we had that for many years, and my family, my mom and my grandma, hold it really strong with that for many years. 2 of the most inspirational women in my life had passed away, my great-grandmother, Orona, and my grandmother, Louise. And the strength that I have within me comes from my family. Growing up, I remember the Mother's Day, the generation, the tradition every year was just all of us to get together and to be grateful, like you say, for without mamas, we wouldn't be here. Our mothers are our rock. Our mothers are our supporters. Throughout my journey, as being a mom of 2 with Cassandra and Isabella, they were my strength as well. Throughout my journey of being successful, my mother has always been there for me to give me strength, through the trying times, through the school, through just saying that I'm an amazing woman and that I have a heart of gold. And that's what I truly love. Is I love my business. I love helping people. We have a lot of single moms out there that work very, very hard with 2, 3 kids. And I want to give back to those mothers and make them feel good about themselves and make their day better, and my mom has always taught me that your heart is gold, and that comes from me, that comes from your grandmother and your great grandmother. And as I look at my children, I have two children, kind of like you, Jennifer, a gap in my children. Cassandra is 27, and Isabella, which is Bella Cosa. That's how I named Bella Cosa Spa. She is my beautiful, wonderful young little child. And I look at them and our pictures, and they're my rock. They are my strength that pushes me every day to be successful. And I also stay grounded with them. You have to have that beautiful balance to spend that quality time with your mother and your daughters, your family. So this is a wonderful, wonderful gift to be on this show this morning. Happy Mother's Day to mi madres out there in all of Nuevo Mexico. And I look forward to celebrating it this year with my family. We're gonna all get together, maybe do a barbecue, and just celebrate the love and the passion for each other.
Pasión. That's exactly what Janae is all about. She's got connection to the pasión. She is the flor de las flores this morning. And
Yes.
she is fantastic. Janae, thank you for joining us. Tell us
You're
there, Bella
welcome.
Cosa. Bella Cosa, is that beautiful thing? Would that be
Bella
beautiful?
Cosa is a beautiful thing. I have a great team. We have great clients. We love people. So it's not just about the treatment that we give people. It's about the connection that we have with people. And, they leave out that door feeling good, and that makes us good. And we get tons of referrals because of that, because they love the way that they come in. When they leave, they come in one way, they leave just with a smile on their face, loving the treatment, the way that we treat them. Sometimes people just need to go in and they want a good treatment, but they just need to talk. And we provide that for them. It's not a extra added service. It's just what we do. It's our passion. It's what we do. So yes, Bella Cosa Spa is
5109 Coors, right?
5109 Coors on Coors and Delaney. Yes.
That's right. So I'm putting the link in the chat right now. It's
right.
bellacosaspa.com. Let me just tell
Thank
you,
you, Brian.
that is a beautiful thing. And Janae is a beautiful mama with her 2 children, and she honors her preceding ancestors and the generations that came before her by building
Yes.
a great legacy moving forward. And
my mama Liz is watching right now, and I honor her every day. She is my strength. Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama Liz. We're so glad that we got a good shout out there for Mama Liz. And Janae, thank you for joining us. Stick around as long as you possibly can. We love having you on.
Okay.
And I hope folks go to bellacosa.com. For those of you that haven't bought your Mother's Day present yet, feel free to go to bellacosa.com.
Yes.
Gift
certificates available. Yes.
Excellent. And if you mention Cafecito con Colon, you get an extra big smile when you walk in the front door. So over there today. I was going to offer a 10% discount if you say Bella Cosa Colon or something like that.
Yeah, they could. I love that. Let's do that. Let's give back to the madres out there. If you come in or you make a call and you do Cafecito Colon, I'll give you a 10% off any of your services from now until. Yes.
We have like our first. I think that's like our first commercial sponsorship here on Cafecito con Colon. See, good thing I didn't use the bumper music today, because Facebook would have really shut me down, because hey, you're making money celebrating bellacosaspa.com. But
no bumper.
All right, folks. Now there you heard it, 10% off as they get rid of these little crow's feet over here that Aleli says I'm finally getting. And yes, Mom, I'm still using that little stuff you got me for my forehead because it's so big. I got to apply a lot of that lotion on there. So thank you, Janae. Stick around.
You're welcome.
And happy Mother's Day to you and to your mom, Mama Liz.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Let's see, Jessica Perea, I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce these other 2 great moms. We got Mama Tapia, we got Mama Martinez, we got just 4 awesome moms and daughters on Cafecito con Colon today as we celebrate Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Steffi Mack, great to see you. Doctora Catherine, great to see you this morning. And I am so happy. Oh, look, Catherine's going to go in there and get her bellacosaspa.com. She's looking for her cafecito 10% off opportunity. There you go. So thanks to all of you who have tuned in this morning. And I'm going to turn it over to my outstanding and inspiring co-hostess, the Enlace Ambassador, formerly a mentor, now just an ambassador superstar, Jessica Perea.
Thank you. And I want to say welcome to all these beautiful mothers. Women are so strong. I love my mom. Like I said, she's my rock and she's the most inspiring person I know. But I want to go ahead and introduce these beautiful ladies. Tina Tapia is the owner of Adora Bella Beauty Academy, which is a trilingual school, English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. She is celebrating her 13th year. She is a blessed mom and grandmom. She's a Hispanic woman-owned business, and her grandma taught her how to be a housemaker, never a business owner. What a dream come true. She cannot skate, and she cannot swim, but she can roll a mean tortilla. Her grandmother would be so proud of her, and she is living proof that dreams do come true. Welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce Mary G. Martinez, and Mary has been in the senior care industry in New Mexico for over 30 years. She is the owner of Home Instead in Albuquerque, and as a gerontologist, she has consulted with hundreds of families regarding care of older family members. She is a strong advocate for vulnerable adults and very much enjoys what she does. As a businesswoman, she has recognized as one of the top 15 women business owners in New Mexico and top 20 Hispanic women business owners overall. A woman influence, a leader in diversity, and top 10 best places to work. She is very involved in the community that she serves and currently serves on the board of Uniting New Mexicans Against Adult Abuse, the Hispano Chamber of Commerce 2020 Chair, New Mexico Bank and Trust, and the Women's Autism Foundation, American Heart Association, as well as the Loveless Health Governing Board. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. I must make sure I turned off my mute.
You ladies sound great. Thank you for joining us. What a great opportunity to spotlight two dynamic leaders and moms. And maybe we can just start out with, thank you, Jessica, for those great introductions you provided. How about I want to start with Ms. Tapia. I want to ask you this. I know that you aspire to greatness and you have a phenomenal impact and you bring an inspirational spirit everywhere you go. If you're looking forward and you're kind of in your twilight years,
Okay.
that's a long time from now. Don't you worry, Ms. Tapia.
Sure, yeah.
You got a lot of miles on those tires left. Don't you worry. You're in the twilight years and you're thinking about how La Familia thinks about you as a mom. What would you want them to think about? And what is it that you strive for as a mom on this Mother's Day weekend as you're thinking about that?
I think the most important thing for me is God first, always for my children. I stress that to them, make good choices. And I hope that when I'm not close to them, that they still hear this voice that says, make good choices. I'm always with you. And whether I'm far away or close to them, that they know that they are my everything. And I've strived to be who I am today through many struggles, to be an example to them. So, and I stand here today so proud of what I've accomplished. And I hope that I am a shining example for them so they know that I'm here and that they can learn something from where I've come from and where I am today. I'm so proud of them.
I love
all
that.
my children.
I love that. Adora Bella. That is fantastic. Ms. Tapia, I love that you talk about being able to make a mean tortilla.
Then I can.
And we can laugh about that, but what people need to understand is that not only can you make a mean tortilla, you're an awesome mom, but you're also an entrepreneur. and a business owner. And so you found that way to bring all of this capacity into several different spaces and balance it out and really make a difference in our community, in education as well. And I just want to applaud you and lift you up and say, bravo.
Thank you.
It's just really inspiring. And you've inspired many people on your journey. And it's great to have you as a guest on Cafecito con Colon.
Thank you very much. I most definitely daily, I mean, I meet so many, not just, there are men that come in here, but for the women that the struggle to become something better is why I opened this school. And believe me, I serve so many Mexicanas, Latinas, all over this state that drive here to get an education, from Hobbs to Socorro to Gallup, Grants, Taos, Santa Fe, Belen, you know, all over Roswell. I mean, everywhere, the women that really have a dream, and it has been possible. So that's what makes me proud every day. I love seeing them, you know, they have to work, they have to drive here, make it happen. But I'm a private school and I stay that way for those women that need me to help them. They need that flexibility. So I'm very proud of all the moms that have walked through this door with some incredible stories, and to see them graduate and then later on run into them and see how successful they are. That's what it's all about for me.
Well, folks, there you have it. And it's about being a conduit for success. I mean, I think that's what you heard from Janae. I think now we're hearing from Ms. Tapia. And I want to encourage you to go out there and engage adorabellaacademy.com and let that be a conduit for future success. One of the only trilingual schools in Albuquerque, English, Spanish, and Vietnamese, no?
Yes,
How did you
Vietnamese as well.
decide Vietnamese?
Wow. So there was a great need for it. And we were just so blessed to have a student come in who was an instructor in Vietnam and decided that she wanted to follow that dream here in the United States. So I was blessed to keep her, and now she's an instructor for us. And we've been able to help many Vietnamese students now. So it's really an honor. And I'd like to really say happy Mother's Day to my mama, Marcy, and of course to my sister, who has always been the rock of this family. Happy Mother's Day, Sissy. I love you. And my mama, I love you guys. And my beautiful girls. So thank you so much for having me on here. It is an honor.
Well, what a beautiful day to bring Tina Tapia to camera on Cafecito con Colon so she could honor Mama Marcia. Is it Marcia?
Marcy.
Marcy.
Or Marcela, but she don't
Yeah,
like that.
Marcela. She didn't like that. I didn't say that. You said that. So Marcy, we want to celebrate Mama Marcy, and we celebrate you, Ms. Tapia, and we honor and celebrate your success. And we wish you
Thank
many
you.
years of continued
Thank you
success.
so much.
So don't go away. Don't go away. I'm going to take it back over to Jessica to maybe give a couple questions to Mary Martinez, who I've known a really long time. Our paths have crossed in different spaces and places because if anything, talk about, again, another chainsaw juggler. Mary does it all. She is not only involved as a phenomenal mom, as a phenomenal daughter, and a phenomenal entrepreneur. She is deeply engaged in the philanthropy impact sector. One of my favorites is, of course, folks that know me know that I love Sophia's Foundation, which was formerly Homan's Foundation, which is how it was read in the bio, but it's now Sophia's. And they do a phenomenal job of delivering technology to students who are on the autism spectrum. And I want to celebrate all your good work, Mary. But I'm going to let Jessica ask you a few good questions as I'll close with just saying, my heart is filled with gratitude for all you do, not just in the business community, but in the social profit sector, and that is the philanthropy sector here in New Mexico. Thank you,
Thank
Mary.
you. I thought I was busy, but I never go anywhere and not run into Brian.
Oh, Mary, you're awesome. Jessica, how about a couple questions for this dynamic mom, and then we'll bring everybody back to camera and we can have just a nice little roundtable and just a visit here on Cafecito con Colón. Jessica Perea, embajadora, take it away.
Thank you. And as we celebrate Mother's Day, Dia de Madres, and I loved hearing Doctora Gomez's story about how she's a mother to her two children, and Ms. Tapia's story. I would also like to hear your story as a mother, but not only as a mother, because I feel like oftentimes women, they get society places like, oh, she's a mom and that's it, that's all she does. But you know, women are diverse and women can be a mom and they can be entrepreneurs and they could be a million things. Women are incredible. So I'd like to hear your story as a woman and as an entrepreneur and what you do for the senior care industry, if you would like to speak on that.
Sure. You guys kind of made me think about this just now, but being an entrepreneur and having a career and going to college, I was actually the first generation in my family to go to college. And my mom told me a story, and it's kind of funny, but when I was about 5 years old, you know, we were raised very traditionally. You grow up, get married, you have kids. And when I was about 5, according to my mom, I told her, that's not what I'm going to do. This was a long time ago. I'm not going to date myself, but a lot of shows on television were independent women. And I was like, I want to be one of them. So I said, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to go to college, and then I'm going to get married, and then I'm going to have kids, and then I'm going to divorce my husband because I won't need him anymore after that. It's actually how it happened, but that so I did do all those things. And my goal has always just been to be an example for my kids, to let them know that they don't have limitations. They can do whatever they want. The sky is the limit. And I'm hoping I set that example for them. If you're curious about something, learn about it. If you want to know more about something, do it. You know, if you're concerned about an organization or an issue in your community, contribute to a solution. So I'm hoping that's what I've done with my children. And I've had both my sons, they're 21 and 23 now. When they were in high school, they had to intern in my business for a summer. And according to them, it almost killed them. They just said it's hard work because you're dealing with people in their later years in life. And your goal is just to make those years still meaningful and interesting, and making sure that the clients are feeling valued and important and acknowledging what they've contributed, and their stories are amazing. So it was important for me, for my kids, to hear those stories and know that these very long lives left very interesting and beautiful trails and touched a lot of people. And I want to be that person. I want that for me, but I want it for my kids too. So, you know, like I say, I'm constantly trying to lead by example, and in that too is whatever my kids want to do. I want to support them in that. I don't want to push them into anything they're not interested in. I want to support them in whatever they want to do, and also just always be the ear that they need, regardless of what time of day or night they're struggling with something. They know that they can come to me with that. So that's always my goal. I know I'm also the first generation that wasn't a multi-generation family. My mom grew up with her mother and grandmother. And at that time, they were, my grandmother was divorced and my great grandmother was widowed. So it was 3 very strong women in this household. And the 2 grandmas helped raise my grandmother's children. And so those women were very strong and they were leaders in their own way. And so I think a lot of that tenacity that I have came from them. So I'm trying to pass that on to all of my children, especially my daughter. She was a surprise baby. She's much younger than her brother. She's only 9. I had her when I was 46 years old. So at that point I should have been, done with kids, but she's a beautiful light and she is such an inspiration, and she re-energized me to continue just staying involved in things and being an example in the community, because I think it affects her and it inspires her a lot.
La Oreja, that's Mary Martinez. She's going to be the ear. And what a great story. And it was a nice reminder about our cultura, no? When you talked about being a multi-generational family, and so many of our moms are having to not just balance everything we talked about, whether it's the philanthropy sector, the business sector, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, but also as a daughter and a caretaker for not just your children, but also for the parents as well. And they call that, the sandwich generation. I think they talk about that. Home Instead founder or owner for nearly 2 decades now. So I think that's what they call it, right, Mary? The sandwich generation?
Oh, absolutely. And right now, one of the blessings of owning this business is my parents are still in the home I grew up in. And my mom has very evolved Alzheimer's, and my dad has dementia. So they're both on hospice and they're in their later years. And we're trying to make that final leg of their journey as peaceful and lovely as possible. And so I'm able to provide caregivers for them 24 hours a day, so that when my siblings go and visit, they get to go and be kids. They don't have to be caregivers. They get to sit and chat with mom and dad and not have to worry about cleaning the house or cooking or running errands or doing repairs. They just get to sit and be the children to my parents and my siblings. So and I'm grateful to be able to do that for my parents after everything they sacrificed for us kids. And just even sitting with them, whatever their reality is in the moment that I'm there, I just embrace wherever they are in that moment. And we have conversations that might be from 1950 and I'm on board. Just whatever they want to talk about, whatever they remember, that's what we do.
That's beautiful. In a nutshell, tell us about Home Instead. I know we got to talk about De La Cosa, and we got to talk about an incredible school that's one of the only trilingual schools here in Albuquerque. And I posted the links, and I posted Home Instead's location number on there so people could get to Home Instead. But kind of in 30 seconds, tell us a little bit about the Home Instead model, because it's a very special model, and I want folks to be able to know what that looks like. We talked about Adora Bella beautyacademy.com, bellacosaspa.com. Tell us real quick about homeinstead.com.
Well, we've been in Albuquerque since 1996. I became the owner in 2002. And we are that support to families. A lot of times families do want to stay involved, and there's times where they really just can't cover and they need someone there. And so that's where we fill in. We're there as much or as little as people need us to provide that support and security to make sure mom and dad are getting their meals, they're getting to doctor's appointments, they're getting their medications on time, people are engaging with them, their home is clean, they're getting dressed and bathed and their medications on time. So we're an additional family member, I guess you could put it that way. We're additional support to help people age in place and stay in the place that they've always known and be as comfortable for as long as possible.
I love that. Age in place. I want you to make that your slogan. Age in place. I like it. Now make sure you go to that particular location, because Home Instead is kind of, I don't know if it's officially a franchise, but I know there's locations external to New Mexico. Yeah. So if you're here in New Mexico, make sure you use the link that I put in the chat there for Home Instead, so you can age in place. Yes. And I know Aleli's going to bury me in the backyard, so we might have to engage you here at Casa Colon at some point. I'm going to ask one final quick question to Dr. Gomez Chavez, and I'm going to turn the balance of the show, last 10 or 15 minutes, over to Jessica Perea to just have a visit with just a trifecta of awesome women that have come on Cafecito Colon this morning. Janae had to go to her next appointment. But Dr. Gomez Chavez, I don't think people understand. In fact, there's no way they can understand. I've watched it for nearly a quarter of a century, so I understand very intimately how many young people you have been able to touch as a mother figure. And Jessica can speak to this specifically, I know that for sure, but I try and mentor and pour into as many young people as I possibly can. So I have a sense of what that's like, but I also recognize that you bring something to those conversations that I could never bring. And it's a level of love and support that comes from a different place, and it's received differently, and it's intimate, and it's very, very special. But I know that when I am supporting my young people on their journey as a mentor, I know that I often have to check in with myself, because I bring a lot of their the heaviness of what's going on in their life is something that I try and also pick up and alleviate some of that and bring it to myself. And you have spent a lifetime in education, being a mother to so many young people on their journey. Can you give us maybe a glimpse into what that's been like for you? And then I'm going to turn the balance of the show to one of your hitas, Jessica Perea. But I wanted to ask that because it's been on my heart since we started this episode.
Well, let me tell you that my career, and I do not want to disrespect you, Brian, but I had a goal of becoming an attorney. And it was because I looked at my mom, and she was a teacher for all her, when I was young, she was teaching, and I thought, I'm never going to be a teacher. I'm not going to go into education. But I can tell you, it has been the most fulfilling career for me, because I am in, helping students, their families, young professionals reach their highest dreams and goals. And so when I started at the university many moons ago, I started as an academic advisor. And for me, I always tell leaders, because sometimes when we all move up into administration, which I have, I've had a really blessed career. Thank you to Dr. Lawrence Roybal, Dr. Valerie Romero Leggett, Dr. Josie De Leon, all these wonderful mentors who saw that I could, reach greater heights within that profession. But so, I always tell leaders that you need to stay connected with students. If you're going to be at the decision tables, you need to remain connected and mentor students and continue to lift them up, because the decisions we're making are based on the challenges that they go through each and every day. And it is our job to remove those barriers so that they can have a smooth experience in reaching their educational goals. But it has been amazing as again, starting my career as an academic advisor, I got to meet so many incredible students and their families. And that's why I, continue to do this work, because they come to you with not just academic challenges. They come to you with personal challenges, with financial challenges. And we all have the responsibility to remove those, to help them. Some students don't even believe that they can achieve their biggest, dreams. Some individuals, and you all talked to this, your mothers believed in you. And, but sometimes the educational institutions, or those institutions that students enter, sometimes because of the bureaucracy, is discouraging for students and families. So it has been such a wonderful lifetime. And I do want to mention that when I first started my career, some of the coaches had heard that I was one of the female advisors, counselors at the university, and they approached me and they said, we are a lot of males here coaching these students and trying to mentor these young athletes, that we want you to help our male athletes. And the reason I mentioned that is just in the last 2 days, one of my UNM babies, Kenny Thomas, who went on to play in the NBA and now is giving back to New Mexico, returned to be a part of the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce scholarship golf tournament. He is, he and I continue to be very close, and he calls me, his mentor, his mama. And I told him yesterday, do not call me that. I don't call me your mamacita, because that's what, I have many other, Senator Leo Jaramillo is one of my students that I mentored and helped, and the list goes on. And so programs such as Enlace New Mexico and all these wonderful programs who invest in our students is so critical.
Love it.
And so what I want to say out there is just get your students involved and connected to all these great programs who will invest and mentor our present leaders and our future leaders.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for mentoring me and being such an important light in my life. Thank you, Dr. Gomez Chavez. I knew her long before she was doctora, so I feel very privileged and blessed to have been on this long journey with her together. She wanted to be an attorney, then changed her mind. No disrespect taken, but only because you got your doctorates. And so now we're both doctors. So doctor, nice to see you. Great feedback. We want to say thanks to Selena Sierra. We want to thank Patricia L. Chavez for affirming these wonderful women and for affirming the guidance and the words of Dr. Gomez Chavez. And with that, I'm going to fade into the background. I'm going to go off camera and just turn it over to the ambassador. And you all will be all four to camera, just so you know. So no playing with your narices or anything like that while we're on camera. All four of you will be on camera, not just the speaker, and I'm going to fade into the background. So take it away, Jessica Perea.
I personally had the honor to be mentored by Doctora Gomez Chavez, and I can attest to how great she is. She pours her heart out into every single student that she mentors. I know she's a university mom to Cindy Nava. I've heard that story before, and it's so inspiring. Thank you, Doctora Gomez Chavez. I feel a lot of people don't realize that many students don't have a motherly figure in their lives. They don't have that woman's guidance, and Doctora has been able to provide that to many students, and it brings joy to my heart, and I just want to thank her, and I extend my gratitude towards her for that. I feel like women have like this strong intuition, especially mothers. My mom, I know she tells me like these consejos, these advices, where I'm like, yeah, mom, whatever. And she turns out being right. And so I just wanted to bring to the attention that mothers always have such great advice. I feel like they've been through all walks of life. They know what to say and how to guide you. So if any of you have any advice for young people who are watching this, or anyone in general who doesn't have a motherly figure and they need that motherly advice, what can you provide to them? Ms. Tapia, can we start with you?
Oh my goodness. Motherly advice. Breathe, for sure. Goodness, I've been so blessed with my children and my grandbabies. I just say that love them through all their challenges, all their fears, their ups and downs. Just show them love. Be that constant place, that soft place to land for them. Because there's so many challenges out there, so many people, so many things that can be a struggle for them, influences and the way society is nowadays, they can get lost in that world. So for me, I just want to be consistent and love them through all those difficult times. And even though it's very difficult, sometimes the choices they make, you still have to be that soft place for them to land. Yes.
Thank you. I know, Adorabella Beauty, I know your students feel that way about you, especially, you know, that you've opened up your arms to lots of Latinas, like you said, lots of Vietnamese women. I know they feel that motherly connection from you and that love. Thank you.
I do. I love my students, and I'm a smaller school, so I get to know all of them, and I welcome them and I do my best to give them a very good education. I have an incredible staff who I'd like to wish all my instructors a happy Mother's Day as well. And I am so blessed. I'm so thankful that I have found my calling. Yeah,
Well,
later in life, most definitely.
You've not only found your calling, but I know I said I was going to leave, and I did, and now I'm back. And I promise I'm not going to come back again. But I had to say that you have also found the love of your life there. And so I want to give you a congratulations, felicidades, on being affianced. Did you like that? I got my Spanish in there and my French in there all at once. So felicidades on being affianced to an incredible civil servant, public safety giant. My lifelong, he was part of my journey. I mean, we're talking like 25, 30 years ago. Doug, so Doug B, I know you're watching, and congratulations on being affianced to this fantastic woman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those beautiful words, Tina. Mary, would you like to share?
Sure. As I said earlier, just let your kids know, no matter, how bad they think something is, it's never bad enough that they're going to lose your love and support, and just let them know, you're always there for them. And the other thing too is share that love. Sometimes you've got kids whose friends are challenged, or they're in a home where it's, they have a single mom or a single dad, and that person's burning the candle at both ends and trying to support their kids. Is like, those kids know too, you're an extension, you're a loner mom or whatever, adopted mom. With my children being who they are, they're kind of like me as far as wanting to help people and make things better. I've actually housed 3 different kids that were friends of my children during rough patches in their lives. And by doing that, I was supporting their parents too, and helping them kind of get the lay of the land and get things resettled so that their kids could go back home. But there's a safe harbor, whether it's for your kids or other kids, because you're helping those parents by extension. And I just feel like if we're all taking care of all the kids, there's hope. And like Tina was saying, this world is crazy right now. We need to let these kids, they're facing challenges now that we've never have, or would have even never thought of that we'd be hitting. And they need to know that they have safe places to go, and that people care and want to see them succeed and thrive.
Thank you, Mary. I really relate to that. My mom has been one of those moms to other children too. To other kids in the neighborhood. I remember she would take them with us to go eat, take them with us to go to the movies. And to this day, they still remember those things about her. And I think it's wonderful. A lot of kids need that. They need that kind of love. Thank you. Doctora Gomez Chavez.
Well, I just want to remind all the young students, individuals out there, that your parents want the best for you. And sometimes I think that they think you're against them because you keep reminding them about maybe deadlines or reaching high, because we see their each and every potential that is possible for them to achieve. And so I think sometimes, there's kind of a conflict, right? Because you're trying, parents are trying, and mothers especially are trying to push their kids and support them. And I think oftentimes they don't think that we're in their corner, but we are. And I always say that, some of the toughest parents just want the best for their children, because we want you all to achieve maybe opportunities that weren't available to us. So be open, be patient with us, and know that we love you unconditionally. And and also reach out to other people, because at times it might not just be your own mother, but it might be someone else's mom who can help you, guide you, open doors of opportunity. So thank you, and happy Mother's Day to all the mujeres out there.
Thank you for all of your great consejos. I love hearing from strong women, women in strong leadership roles. You all inspire me every day. Along with my mom, I want to give her a quick little shout out. I know she watches. Te quiero mucho, mama. She's been my rock. She's the reason why I'm doing what I do. I want to make her proud, and I want her to know that all her hard work and what she's poured into me, that it did pay off. And I love her for that.
Well, I think Jessica muted, so I guess I'm going to be closing out anyway. That's okay. Jessica landed the plane and she's like, Brian, I'll take it from here. And you're right, I will. Because like Dr. Lang said, yes, I always come back to camera because I love the camera. I love each of these fantastic women, this wonderful daughter who is an ambassador and my co-hostess, and 3 amazing, amazing leaders who are great moms, daughters, entrepreneurs, educators, and lights in our community. So thanks for being a trifecta of awesomeness and being our guest today on Cafecito con Colon. I hope that you'll call me anytime I can be supportive. Mary, go hug your 3 children, and Dr. Gomez Chavez and Senora Tapia. You all are great. And hug Doug for me. And Doug is an amazing guy. He's done a great job of staying in touch with me over these years. It's just been kind of fun. I've lost touch with so many of my friends from back then, and Doug just always pops up into my life at least once every couple of years. And today is that day for me. And it's always fond memories, tell him. So
I'll tell him.
thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Feliz Dia de las Madres. We know that many homes will be celebrating twice, once on Sunday and once on Monday. And all the moms deserve it. So Rafael said he was going to celebrate his mom on Monday because it was Mexican Mother's Day. I said, son, you do know you're not Mexican, right? Like you're Puerto Rican. He said, I'm Mexican by choice, Dad. So anyway, that's my son for you. He took his Mexican flag to George Washington with him. I'll just have you know. It was hanging next to the United States flag, the New Mexico flag, and the Mexican flag. That's what happens when you're an Albuquerque High Bulldog. He is a Mexican by choice, he says. I love him very much. I love the work that his mom did to make him the man he is today, because I know that that made a huge, huge difference in my life and in his life. And in many ways, Lily is a mom to me too. I was a wandering generality until she made me focus like a laser beam. And from the moment I married her to forward, which is almost 25 years now, my life has been enriched, blessed, and far better than it was any day that I had without her. So happy Mother's Day, everybody. We'll see you soon. I won't be with you for Sabido Gigante because we'll be honoring the legacy, the life, and celebrating Adan Carriaga. God bless all of you. I love you, and we'll see you again soon next week. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Dios, feliz Dia de las Madres.
Happy
Thanks,
Mother's Day.
everybody.
Happy Mother's Day.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Bye-bye. Don't forget,
Mother's
go to the
Day,
links.
ladies.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.